Hello, welcome to Everything for Fun. Today, we bring you 10 great stock ideas for 2023 from top-performing fund managers. As we all know, 2022 was a tough year for the stock market with the S&P 500 losing 20%, the Dow Jones Industrial Average down nearly 10%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite plummeting more than 30%. But don't worry, we have some great insights for you. Experts believe that it's now a so-called stock picker's market. With that in mind, we have tapped Morningstar to identify top-performing fund managers who have either beat their benchmarks this year or on a longer-term basis over 3-year, 5-year, or 10-year periods. These experts have handpicked their top stock ideas for the coming year, and we're excited to share them with you. From Charles Lemonnide's top pick of Chord Energy to David Harrow's pick of Nobody's Ag, these stock ideas are sure to give you a head start in the coming year. Remember to always do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. But for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the insights we have in store for you. Happy investing! Charles Lemonnide's ValueWorks Limited Partners Long Biased. Charles Lemonnide's of ValueWorks Limited Partners Long Biased has a long-term strategy that finds disparities between a company's underlying assets and security price. He has a 2022 return of 39.4% and a 5-year average annual return of 23.9%. His top stock pick for 2023 is Chord Energy with a market capitalization of $5.5 billion and 12-month revenues of $3.2 billion. Lemonnides calls Chord Energy an ideal for a bumpy period in markets as it is a defensive play with huge cash generation that is selling at an exceedingly attractive valuation. He also likes Air Lease with a market capitalization of $4.1 billion and 12-month revenues of $2.3 billion. James Davos, Kinetic Small Cap Opportunities Fund. James Davos of Kinetic Small Cap Opportunities Fund has a concentrated portfolio of small to mid-sized growth companies. He has a 2022 return of 34.7% and a 5-year average annual return of 21.9%. His top stock pick for 2023 is CACI International with a market capitalization of $7.1 billion. Stephen Brooker, Brooker Capital Partners. Stephen Brooker of Brooker Capital Partners has a focus on value investing with a strong emphasis on cash flow and dividends. He has a 2022 return of -6.9% and a 10-year average annual return of 14.7%. His top stock pick for 2023 is Comcast with a market capitalization of $153 billion and 12-month revenues of $121 billion. Despite its mountain of debt, Brooker sees it as a well-run business with a strong and consistent dividend yield of over 3%. He is also keeping an eye on the potential catalyst of Comcast's stake in Hulu, which has an upcoming put option allowing the company to sell to Disney. Thomas Huber, T. Rowe Price Dividend Growth Fund. Thomas Huber of T. Rowe Price Dividend Growth Fund has a blend of large-cap companies with a focus on dividend growers. He has a 2022 return of -11.2% and a 10-year average annual return of 12.6%. His top stock pick for 2023 is Becton Dickinson with a market capitalization of $71.5 billion and 12-month revenues of $19.4 billion. Huber describes BD as a good defensive growth company with reasonable earnings visibility. He also likes Philip Morris International with a market capitalization of $156 billion and 12-month revenues of $31.7 billion. He sees the company as a stock where you're paid to wait thanks to its 5% dividend yield and strong position in the reduced risk product category with its EcoS device. David Harrow, Oakmark International Fund. David Harrow of Oakmark International Fund has a focus on value investing and focuses on companies with strong fundamentals and undervalued stocks. He has a 2022 return of -8.1% and a 10-year average annual return of 12.8%. His top stock pick for 2023 is Nobody's Ag with a market capitalization of $200 billion and 12-month revenues of $51.3 billion. Harrow describes Nobody's as a great long-term investment opportunity with a diversified portfolio of pharmaceuticals, generics, and eye care products, and a strong pipeline of new drugs. He also likes Unilever NV with a market capitalization of $141 billion and 12-month revenues of $51 billion. Harrow sees Unilever as a great consumer products company with strong and consistent cash flow and a well-established portfolio of household and personal care brands. David Winters, Wintergreen Advisors. David Winters of Wintergreen Advisors has a focus on value investing and looks for undervalued companies with strong fundamentals and a history of steady growth. He has a 2022 return of -4.3% and a 10-year average annual return of 12.5%. His top stock pick for 2023 is Nestlé with a market capitalization of $250 billion and 12-month revenues of $93 billion. Winters describes Nestlé as a great long-term investment opportunity with a diverse portfolio of food and beverage brands and a strong track record of steady growth and dividends. He also likes SSE plc with a market capitalization of $14 billion and 12-month revenues of $18 billion. Winters sees SSE as a great utility company with a strong and consistent dividend and a regulated and stable business model. Dish Network is another stock that has the potential to perform well in the coming year. Despite a nearly 58% decline in shares in 2022, Marenghi, a top-performing fund manager, has high hopes for the satellite TV and wireless services provider. He believes that the market is only pricing in a fraction of the value of the company's wireless network business and its spectrum licenses, which could lead to a recovery in earnings. Marenghi also believes that a potential merger with DirecTV could further extend the life and cash flow of the company's traditional video business. Eric Skonstein, manager of the Jensen Quality Growth Fund, also has a few top picks for the coming year. One of his picks is TJX, an off-price department store corporation that operates brands like TJ, Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods. Skonstein sees potential in the stock due to its relative resilience and defensive characteristics, which can help the business withstand a slowing economy. He believes that TJX's great deals and low prices relative to peers can drive customer loyalty, especially in an environment where consumers are facing higher costs. Another of Skonstein's top picks is United Health Group, the largest managed healthcare and insurance company in the U.S. He sees the company as a defensive play with strong cash flow and stable earnings growth, which can limit volatility in the stock. Skonstein believes that United Health's resilient business model and ability to scale up or down depending on the economic backdrop make it a long-term opportunity with further upside ahead as more people gain access to insurance and healthcare services. So, as we move into 2023, it's clear that the stock market will be a challenging environment. With the S&P 500, Dow Jones, and Nasdaq all seeing significant declines in 2022, experts believe it's now a stock picker's market. To help navigate this challenging market, Forbes tapped Morningstar to identify top-performing fund managers who have either beaten their benchmarks this year or on a longer-term basis over 3-year, 5-year, or 10-year periods. The managers have shared their best stock ideas for the coming year, highlighting companies such as Chord Energy, Air Lease, Dish Network, TJX, and United Health Group as potential investments. While no investment is without risk, these picks have the potential to weather the storm and provide solid returns in the coming year. As always, it's important to do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions.